My name is K. Veeraswamy, Senior Lecturer, Government Polytechnic, Nirmal, Department, Electrical and Electronics Engineering. Subject SC Motors. Subject code 18 EE 502C. Main topic single phase induction motor. Subtopic capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Capacitor start and capacitor run motor. In the last class, we will recap. We have learned what is a capacitor start motor. Today we will discuss capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Right? Before going to capacitor start and capacitor run motor, so we will recap what is capacitor start, only capacitor start motor. Generally, capacitor single phase induction motors are 5 types. Split phase motor, that is a resistance start motor. Second one is capacitor start motor. Third one is capacitor start capacitor run motor. Fourth one is two value capacitor motor. Fifth one is shaded pole motor. We discussed 3 motors. One is split phase motor, that is resistance start motor, and capacitor start motor and shaded pole motor. The remaining two motors, one is capacitor start capacitor run motor and two value capacitor motor. So I will give a small introduction about previous two, that is a split phase and capacitor start motor. After that, so we will discuss capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Right? Capacitor start motor it is a split phase type. It is a split phase motor and high auxiliary winding circuit resistance creates a phase angle between the currents of the main and auxiliary winding. This phase difference between IM and IN also be produced by connecting a capacitor in series with the auxiliary winding. In case of resistor start motor, only auxiliary winding is connected in parallel with main winding. In that case, where it only a small phase angle between two currents, so that is IS and IM, main winding and static winding. But by connecting a capacitor in series with the auxiliary winding or starting winding, so we can get large phase angle between IS and IM. IS is the starting current, IM is the main current or running current. Right? In capacitor start motor, an electrolytic capacitor along with a centrifugal switch is connected in series with auxiliary winding, right? The capacitor is usually mounted on the outside of the motor. It is mounted on the outside of the motor. A capacitor is connected in series with the main winding, and generally it is mounted on the top of the capacitor, top of the motor. Next, when the motor is switched on to the supply mains, current Im drawn by the main winding lags the supply voltage V by a large angle. Why? Because main winding is highly inductive in nature, so it lags by a high lagging angle. Whereas Is drawn by the auxiliary winding leads V by a certain angle, a small leading angle, right? Main winding current Im lags by a large angle and Is by small leading angle, right? So we can observe in that slide. So Is is above V and Im is below V line, V vector, right? So because of that, so we can achieve a nearly 80 to 90 degrees phase shift between two vectors, right? The two currents Im and Is are out of phase with each other by nearly 80 degrees to 90 degrees as compared to nearly 30 degrees for split phase motor. For split phase motor, the phase angle between Is and Im is 30 degrees. For capacitor started motor, it is 80 to 90 degrees. As their resultant current I is small and is almost in phase with V, and causes the motor to start right? That is the basic idea. Simply by connecting you have to create a rotating magnetic field. Generally, single phase winding cannot produce a rotating magnetic field. It requires two windings, right? So that's why we created main winding and starting winding, right? So after creating winding, by providing two windings, two currents, two fluxes, we can rotate the rotor. Right? So that's why a single phase winding is divided into two split phase winding, two different windings, main winding and auxiliary winding, right? Once motor has pickup speed, the centrifugal switch or relay operates and opens the auxiliary winding circuit. So the starting torque of a capacitor's motor is of the range of 3 to 4 times the full load torque, whereas for the split phase motor is about 1.5 times only, right? So by using this resistive start motor, so the starting torque is very less, so 1.5 times it is a full load torque. But by using a capacitor, so we can get 3 to 4 times the full load current. So we can observe the torque slip characteristics in the diagram. So when speed is equal to 0, torque is equal to 0, and the dashed line represents. So and finally at 100% of the speed, it is 0, right? So above that there is a one more at 300 to 400. So there is a starting current. So that is due to capacitor start motor. Capacitor start motor. By using capacitor start motor, we can get high starting current, very high starting current, right? So by using a split phase motor, so we are getting very small starting current, but by using a capacitor start motor, so we can get 3 to 4 times of the high starting current, right? So this is the working principle of capacitor start motor, right? So what is the main working of capacitor in the capacitor start motor? The capacitor used is a dry type electrolytic one, designed for AC use only. It is different from DC electrolyte capacitor used as a filter in radios, amplifiers and television, etc. The starting capacitor used are designed for the starting capacitor for starting of induction motor are designed for extremely short duty service and not for continuous operation. So it is guaranteed for less than 20 periods of operation per hour, each period not to exceed 3 seconds. So it is because of the development of inexpensive AC electrolyte type capacitors that the capacitor start motor have become very popular and found wide applications, right? Where high starting torque is a requirement, we will use capacitor start motor. A faulty switch may keep the auxiliary winding together with the capacitor energized for a long time and thereby shorten their lifespan. If it is continuously connected in the circuit, their lifespan of the capacitor decreases, right? So this is the working principle of capacitor start motor, right? The main advantage of this capacitor start motor with resistive torque is here high starting current. We will get high starting current, and capacitor is mounted on the top of the motor, right? And it consists of two windings, main winding and auxiliary winding, and capacitor is disconnected after 80% of the speed. After pick up the speed, the centrifugal switch disconnected the auxiliary winding or starting winding, right? Next we will consider capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Right? Why we are going for capacitor start and capacitor run motor? The main disadvantage in the capacitor start. So first we design resistance type. After that capacitor start type. The main drawback in the resistance type is starting torque is very less, 1.5 times of the full load torque only, right? So again, phase angle between two currents, two fluxes is only 30 degrees only. So we won't get a proper starting also, right? That's why we design capacitor start motor. In capacitor start motor, by connecting a capacitor in series with the starting winding, starting current tremendously increases. It is 3 to 4 times of the full load torque. So where we require a high starting torque, in that application we will use capacitor start motor. But in the running condition, what happens? Torque decreases and efficiency decreases, and power factor also very less, right? and the starting power factor is high starting current, each and everything is very good at starting. But in running condition, there is some drawbacks are there. To eliminate the drawbacks, here we are using capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Here observe the capacitor start and capacitor run motor diagram, right? So so very simple thing is, it is a capacitor start and run motor. That means capacitor permanently connected in series with the main winding. Capacitor is permanently connected to the main winding. But in case of a capacitor start motor, only at starting it is connected in series. After 80% of speed pickup, the centrifugal switch is disconnected. So in this case, there is no centrifugal switch at all, right? In a capacitor and motor, capacitor continuously connected to the circuit, right? So this motor is similar to capacitor start motor only, except that the starting winding and capacitors are connected in the circuit all the times, right? The capacitor and main winding, auxiliary winding or starting winding are connected in the circuit at all times. In the running condition also, these two are connected to the supply, right? The remaining construction remains same. Rotor connection remains same. Rotor is again a squirrel cage type, and again bars are skewed and are they are short circuited by the two end rings. It is designed for a 2-pole or 4-pole machine, right? Rotor connection remains same, whether a capacitor start motor or capacitor start and run motor or 2-value capacitor motor, right? So the only thing difference is, in the first case only if a small duration 3 to 4 seconds only a capacitor is connected, right? But in this case a continuation all the time, or in all time the capacitor is connected in series with the main winding. So the main advantage of leaving the capacitor permanently in the circuits are, first one is improvement the overload capacity of the motor. Overload capacity of the motor is improved, so we can get overload capacity also because of connecting a capacitor. It can be overloaded. Next to higher power factor, main advantage of this capacitor start and capacitor run motor is its power factor, a higher power factor. In capacitor start motor, the power factor is very poor, very less, right? But in this case, power factor is a very good power factor, a high power factor. Why? Because capacitor is connected continuously in the circuit, and efficiency also higher efficiency. And the fourth one is quieter running of the motor, which is so much desirable for a small power devices in offices and laboratories. The most very important advantage of capacitor start capacitor run motor is it is very quiet, noiseless operation, right? Very noiseless operation. Why? Because in this capacitor start run motor, a rotating magnetic field, continuously we get a rotating magnetic field, right? In the capacitor start motor or resistive type, only at starting we will get that rotating magnetic field. It will rotate the rotor. After that, so with the pulsating magnetic field, by using a pulsating magnetic field or by using cross field theory, or according to some two different theories, it will continuously rotate, but some noise, we will get some noise in the operation of resistive type or capacitor start type. That noise is eliminated in capacitor start and capacitor run motor. In capacitor start and capacitor run motor, So very quiet operation, quieter running of the motor, which is so much desirable for small power devices in offices and laboratories and operation theater. So like that in so where we required very quiet and smooth operation. Very simple thing is for a smooth operation, smooth running of motor is required where we use capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Right, and some of these motors which start and run with one value capacitance in the circuits are called single value capacitor run motor. Other which starts with higher values of the capacitor but run with a low value of capacitance are known as two value capacitor run motor. Right, again these are two types. One is a single value capacitor run motor, another one is a two value capacitor run motor. Right, so one value of capacitance in the circuits are called single value capacitor run motor. Other which start with high values of capacitance but run with a low value of capacitance. Right, two values are there. One is high value of capacitance is connected in starting. In running we will use low value of capacitance. Two different values of capacitors are used, but in case of capacitor start and capacitor in a single value, only one capacitance, one value of capacitance is used in the circuit. Right, so we will discuss today this topic, that is capacitor start and capacitor run motor. Capacitor start and capacitor run motor. So if you observe the diagram, so here rotor, observe the circuit diagram. Rotor is a squirrel cage type. And starting winding and run winding. Right, starting winding current is Is, running winding current is Im. Right, we are supply. So capacitor is connected permanent to the starting winding. Right, and we observe the speed torque characteristics. Here the speed torque characteristics, because of low value of capacitance, what happens at starting current also, starting full load torque, starting current is a little bit less when compared to the capacitor start motor. Right, by observing the phasor diagram, a speed torque characteristics, in capacitor start motor, high starting torque will get 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 times the full load torque we will get. But in this case, the efficiency is very high, power factor also very high, but the only drawback is we will use low value capacitance. Because of our full running current, all the time the capacitor is connected in the circuits, so therefore we must use a low value operation. That is, for low value, then we get high duration of the time period. So that's why its starting torque is very less. It is only 1 to 1.5 times when compared to the resistive type. Right, so here observe the switching mechanism for forward reversing of the speed of single phase capacitor start, capacitor run motor here. So we will use one switch. One is a forward and one is a reverse switch. So when the switch is moving to forward and reverse, if you want to reverse the rotor operation for the clockwise, it is rotating for clockwise. If you want anti-clockwise, then reverse the switch, then automatically connections of the capacitor changes, then rotation of the motor also changes. Right, so this is circuit diagram and torque slip characteristics, torque and speed characteristics, and how to connect the how to reverse the speed of capacitor start, capacitor run motor. Right, so it has one running winding and one starting winding in series with a capacitor as shown in figure. So in the figure you can observe it has one running winding, so another one is starting winding in series with the capacitance. Since capacitor remains in the circuit permanently, this motor is often referred to as permanent permanent capacitance, permanent split capacitor run motor, permanent split capacitor run motor, right? And behaves practically like a unbalanced two-phase motor, right? Just like unbalanced two-phase motor, we are using two windings permanently, continuously. But in case of resistive type, in case of capacitor start type, only one winding at starting winding connected only for a small duration. After that, the starting winding is disconnected. So after that that means it is only single winding, single phase. But permanently, if it is connected, capacitor and winding is permanently connected in the running condition also. That's why it is called an unbalanced two-phase motor. Unbalanced two-phase motor. So this motor is known as permanent split capacitor run motor and capacitor run motor, and behaves practically like a unbalanced two-phase. Why it is called an unbalanced motor? You may get one. Why it is called unbalanced two-phase motor? Suppose if it is a balanced two-phase motor, means suppose if you give voltage to the two windings, a balanced voltage, suppose if you give a sine wave, after 90 degrees if you get another wave, so if there is exactly 90 degrees phase shift between the two supplies given to the windings, then it is called balanced motor, balanced two-phase motor. But it is called an unbalanced two-phase motor. Why? Because for first winding we are giving a sinusoidal wave. For second winding there is a phase shift, but the phase shift is very small. It is not exactly 90 degrees. So obviously there is no need to use centrifugal switch, which was necessary in the case of a capacitor start motor. Necessary for a capacitor start motor. So there is no need to use a centrifugal switch, which was necessary in the capacitor start motor. In capacitor start motor, you have to disconnect the capacitor. That's why we need a centrifugal switch. But in this case, obviously we don't need a centrifugal switch. Why? Because it is capacitor is permanently connected to the circuit. Since the same capacitor used for starting and running, it is obvious that neither optimum starting nor optimum running performance can be obtained. We can get only optimum running and optimum starting performance can be obtained, because value of capacitance used must be compromise between the best value for starting and that for running, right? So the only basic drawback is we have to choose the capacitor in such a way that it must be suitable for starting and running. It must be suitable for starting, running, right? But in case of a capacitor start motor, we will use high value capacitor. So because of the high value capacitor, we will get high starting current, but after that we can disconnect. But in this case, the capacitor is continuously connected. So if you use a high value capacitor, so we get some problems, right? So it is only for short duration. High value for short duration. If the capacitor values increases, so we'll use it for a short duration. But here we have to use a low value capacitance for running condition also. So we have to compromise the capacitance value, or we use some optimum running and starting performance, starting value. Capacitance used must be compromised between the best value of starting and that for running. So generally a capacitance of 20 to 20 microfarads capacitance are employed and are more expensive. Oil or oil or pyronoil insulated foil paper capacitors, uh, capacitors because of continuous duty rating. For continuous duty rating, for continuous operation is required. For that you have to use oil type. It is a very more expensive oil or pyronoil insulated foil type paper capacitor is used, right? So the value of capacitor results in small starting torque. The low value of capacitance results in a small starting torque, which is about 50 to 100% of the rated torque. Only 50 to 100%. So only 0.5 to 0.5 to 1 times, that's all. In a resistive type we get 1 to 1.5. In capacitor start type 4 to 5 times of full load current, but in this case we will get only 50% to 100%, right? Only simple torque, general normal torque is produced because of low value of capacitance of the rated torque, right? Only 0.5 to 1 times the full load torque. So consequently these motors are used where the required starting torque is low, such as air moving equipment, that is fans, blowers and voltage regulators, and also oil burners where quiet operation is practically desirable, right? So it is used where quiet operation, very noiseless operation is required in that place, and low starting torque and noiseless operation, quiet operation is required where. So this type of capacitor start and capacitor run motors are used, right? So that is blowers, fan blowers and voltage regulators and oil burners where quiet operation is practically desirable, right? Next. So it provides a quiet operation and noiseless operation. So provides its running and starting windings are identical. So therefore here we are using starting and running windings are identical. So one serves the running winding and other as a starting winding for one direction of the motor. For reverse the motion, reverse the rotation. So one that previously served as a running winding becomes a starting winding, while as the former starting winding serves as a running winding. So if you want to use the reverse the operation of the single phase induction motor, here we will change the windings, right? So starting winding becomes main winding and main winding becomes starting winding. Actually we use both identical windings we will use, right? And simply by changing the connections of a capacitor, change the connections of capacitor, then we can rotate the, or we can change the direction of rotation of the capacitor and motor. When the switch in this forward position, so winding B serves as a running winding and A as the starting winding. When the switch is in reverse position, then the winding A becomes the main winding and the winding B becomes starting winding, right? So here we observe suppose if the switch if the switch in forward direction, forward, in that case the supply, the B will be act as a forward, B will be act as a starting winding, and A will be the running winding. A will be with the sorry starting, and A will be the running winding. Suppose if the switch is on reverse position, in that case A winding will be connected to the capacitor, connected to a capacitor. So sorry, it is connected. Then the capacitor is connected to B, right? So then the connections are reversed. Connections are reversed, right? So when the switch is in reverse position, winding A becomes a running winding, and B becomes the starting winding. Becomes the starting winding, right? So such reversible motors are often used for operating device that must be moved back and forth, right? If you want to move the motor, move back and forth, right? Forward and reverse, continuous operation is required. So where we will use this type of motors, right? So this is the single value capacitor motor. Very simple thing is why we are using this type of motor, and what are the connections in main working principle, right? So again we'll explain in brief. So capacitor start and capacitor run motor, right? So this motor is similar to the capacitor start motor, except that the capacitors are connected in the circuit at all times, and the advantages of leaving the capacitor permanently in the circuits are it improves the overload capacity of the motor. Number 2, a higher power factor. Number 3, higher efficiency. Number 4, quiet running of the motor, which is so much of desirable for small power devices in offices and laboratories, right? So these are the 4 important things. Okay, so I will give a summary of today's topic. So that is simply today's summary is simply working of capacitor start, capacitor run motor. The main difference between capacitor start motor and capacitor start and run motor is only one difference, that is the capacitor is permanently connected in case of second one, right? In case of first one, so it is disconnected after certain speed, right? So the main advantages are, the 4 advantages are there for capacitor start and capacitor run motor. So one is improve the overload capacity of the motor. Number 2, higher power factor. Number 3, higher efficiency. Number 4, quieter running operation of the motor, which is more desirable for small power factor devices drives in offices and laboratories, right? Some of these motors we start and run with one value capacitor is circuit is called single value capacitor run motor. So other which starts with high value of capacitance but run with a low value of capacitance are known as two value capacitor run motor, right? Again there are 2 types. One is one value capacitor, that is a single value, and a 2 value capacitor. In single value capacitor with only one capacitor, a low value capacitance is connected in single value capacitor, right? In a 2 value capacitor we use a 2 capacitors, one is for starting, one is for running. Starting value is high value capacitance and running value is low value capacitance, right? Next, observe that is the advantages of the circuit, and observe it has one running winding and one starting winding in series with a capacitor, since the capacitor remains in the circuit permanently. This motor is often referred to as split capacitor run motor. Split capacitor run motor, and behaves practically like a unbalanced two-phase motor. Obviously, so there is no need to use a centrifugal switch, which was necessary in the case of a capacitor start motor. Since the same capacitor used for starting and running, it is obvious that neither optimum starting nor optimum running performance can be obtained. Optimum starting and optimum running performance can be obtained. So, because value of capacitance used must be a compromise between the best value of the starting and that of running. Generally, a capacitance of 2 to 20 microfarad capacitance are employed and are more expensive oil or pyronoil insulated foil paper capacitors are capacitors because of continuous duty rating, so the low value of capacitor results in small starting torque is about 50 to 100% of the rated value. So it's a very main drawback. In there's so many advantages are there, only one disadvantage also there. Because of continuous operation, continuously connected to the circuit, we will low value capacitance. Because of low value capacitance, what happens? Its starting current, starting torque is very less, only 50 to 100%. But in that case, 100 to 150%, 100 to 150% for capacitor resistor start type. And capacitor start motor, in the previous one capacitor start motor, we will use 300 to 400% of full load torque. 300 to 400% of full load torque, right? So consequently, the motors are used where the required starting torque is low, such as air moving equipment. So in that case, we require very noiseless operation, air movement, that is fans, blowers, and voltage regulators, and also oil burners, where quiet operation is practically desirable. So where we use this single value capacitor type. So, and again it provides, so running and starting windings are identical. So we can reverse the running winding and the other as a starting winding for one direction of rotation, right? For we can easily reverse the rotation of the motor. Suppose it is rotating clockwise direction, we can reverse into anti-clockwise. Suppose we are rotating in anti-clockwise direction, so we can rotate in clockwise direction simply by using a switch. By using one switch, simply two identical windings are used, right? So if it is a capacitor is connected to, suppose there are two A comma B windings are there. Suppose if it's connected to A winding, capacitance A and A winding are connected, then we get a clockwise direction. Then if you reverse the switch, suppose a B is connected to the supply, then it is called in anti-clockwise direction we will get, right? So the same capacitor may be connected to A winding or B winding, If the connection changes, automatically direction of motion of the motor, that is rotation changes, right? Such desirable motors are often used for operating devices that must be moved back and forth, very frequently, such as rheostats, induction regulators, furnace controls, right? Not only for airflow application, generally we use it for to and fro operation, where we can change the direction of rotation, to and fro operation. In that case also we will use this motor, that is frequently movement, such as rheostat with to and fro operation, rheostats, induction regulators, furnace controls, and induction regulators, right? Values, valves and arc weldings, valves and arc welding controls, where we controls to and fourth operation, right? So in that case, direction, you have to change the direction, right? So we will capacitor start and capacitor run motor, right? So this is about capacitor start and capacitor run motor, right? Thank you very much. Have a nice day.